Hello everyone and welcome back to my The Young and Restless 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick and Billy will take a auto lift to chaos. Billy and Nick are about to chase a lead on Sharon and Phyllis' position. Effects will get indeed worse for Phyllis and Sharon in prison. Sharon and Phyllis will feel the walls closing in, so they'll solicitude they're running out of time. As Phyllis and Sharon's enterprises grow, cooperation will come vital to their survival. Still, a different platoon will form away since Nick and Billy are about to join forces as well. Chance will ultimately come up with some pivotal news to pass on. There'll be a surprising lead to partake, so Chance will give Billy and Nick updates on what he's learned. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick and Billy will eventually take a auto lift together. It may be a situation where they feel like they can work briskly than the Bobbies. Or negotiate more by bending the rules. Anyhow, Nick will get behind the wheel with Billy in the passenger seat, so they'll presumably follow up on this lead Chance mentions. Billy and Nick will hope the trail leads to Phyllis and Sharon, so it'll be intriguing to see how it all plays out. Will Nick and Billy's indication take them to the abandoned psychiatric installation in the end? Will Billy and Nick connect enough blotches to land at the spot where Sharon and Phyllis are being held interned? This could turn into a situation where Nick and Billy both get to play the idol. Billy and Nick might break down that door in the end, so perhaps they'll be the reason Sharon and Phyllis eventually walk free. The climax of this plot is going to get enough violent, so we'll bring you prognostications on all the curveballs ahead. Summer ran into Jack at Society, where they bandied Sharon and Phyllis's exposure. Jack comforted her she was alone, and she appreciated Kyle's support, though she claimed their bond was just about co-parenting Harrison. They reflected on their connection, and she promised no way to side with Victor against Jack. They agreed Harrison's happiness came from his parents' consanity, and Summer believed Claire's return to work with Nikki helped. Jack was relieved connections had mended and comforted Summer of his support. At Crimson Lights, Audra dismissed Holden's attempt to reconnect, reminding him she was with someone who treated her well. He mentioned staying in city due to Damien, and she probed about their connection, but he remained vague. Meanwhile, Diane encouraged Kyle to let her and Jack babysit Harrison so he could concentrate on Claire. He hadn't considered it but appreciated the offer. They bandied home emendations, icing Jack's comfort while incorporating Diane's style. At the Newman estate, Claire questioned Victor about impacting Summer toward Kyle. He denied poking but advised her about the Abbott family. Latterly, Kyle called Claire, wanting her all to himself. At the GCAC, Nate and Damien bandied Amy's treatment, while Damien plotted with forgiving his mama. Holden arrived, and Damien reminded him to concentrate on work, not Audra. Still, Holden latterly invited Audra to lunch. Diane told Jack they'd babysit while Kyle and Claire had a date. Jack approved but suspected Summer wanted Kyle back. She latterly watched him confirm his date. Summer ran into Kyle at the GCAC, where they bandied Harrison enjoying his stay during the house emendations. The discussion shifted to Phyllis, and Summer bothered about her mama's silence. As Kyle assured her, Claire walked in, saw them, and intruded. Summer snappily pulled down and assured Claire that everything was fine. Claire, there for a business lunch, surprised Summer with her ambition. They bandied Harrison, and Claire admitted he helped her sense-centered. Kyle supported Claire's decision to return to the commercial world, while Summer sounded unsettled. Nikki arrived, attesting no news about Phyllis or Sharon. Summer watched as Kyle kissed Claire farewell before asking him for a lift. Nikki noticed Claire's response and asked about her pressure with Summer. Claire suspected Victor might be pushing Summer toward Kyle, though she had no evidence. Nikki advised Claire not to be insecure and promised to keep Victor in check. At Crimson Lights, Kyle asked if his relationship with Claire was a problem for Summer. She claimed only defensive passions, but Kyle prompted her to let it go. She bothered Victor might intrude, but Kyle claimed he wouldn't let that be. When she asked if he was falling for Claire, he admitted it was possible. Meanwhile, Lily introduced Damien to Devon, who brazened him about lying about his business power. Damien claimed he'd no secret docket, only curiosity. Devin remained skeptical. At the extension, Amy told Nate about her emotional talk with Damien. Nate revealed Damien didn't enjoy his companies. Dr. Kelly arrived to bandy Amy's treatment, offering stopgap. Damien invited Amy to lunch, but she prioritized meeting the croaker. As they talked, Damien and Nate left them alone. At Crimson Lights, Adam and Chelsea bandied muffins when Connor texted, saying he was staying late to try out for baseball. Chelsea shocked, but Adam was probative. She bothered about his OCD, but Connor assured them he was apprehensive and joked about impressing a girl. Chelsea agreed, calling it a home run. Billy arrived, offering to take Connor to the fur coops. Adam suspected Billy was launching an attack on Newman Media, but Billy denied it, averring he'd moved once vengeance. They argued while Chelsea nervously rubbed her neck. Billy declared he'd use his honor for good, and Adam sarcastically mentioned Phyllis helping him. Chelsea made them stop, and Billy left after entering a call. Chelsea apologized for Adam's jest. Billy asked if she was reconnecting with Adam, concerned she'd get hurt. He assured her his company wasn't about the Newmans and advised her about Adam. She appreciated his concern but could take care of herself. Adam returned, colliding with Billy again. After Billy left, Chelsea questioned Adam's aggression. He dismissed Billy as a failure, but she prompted him to move on. He admitted Billy got under his skin but claimed Billy was after Victor, not him. When Adam suggested it was about Sally, Chelsea challenged his claim of being over her. They agreed to stop dwelling on the history and concentrate on their future. Meanwhile, at the GCAC, Victor brazened Jack about Billy contending with Newman Media. Jack defended Billy, and they argued. Nikki prompted Victor to let it go. Jack and Diane bothered about Phyllis suing information. Billy called Sally for a press release and left dispatches for Phyllis. Latterly, Sally praised Billy's work, called him brilliant, and they kissed. Nick met Summer at Crimson Lights and tried to assure her about Sharon's exposure. Chance arrived, revealing there was no record of Phyllis or Sharon traveling. Summer suspected that if it were business-related, Phyllis would have told Daniel. Nick misdoubted Sharon would lie, but Summer reminded him she had a head. Meanwhile, Daniel told Billy that Phyllis's exposure made no sense. He noted both Phyllis and Sharon had called from burner phones at the same time. Billy suspected they were abducted, however there was no rescue note. Back at Crimson Lights, Summer admitted she wasn't sure she could move past how Chance treated her family. Nick encouraged her to stay positive. Chance latterly returned with news. Phyllis's last known call came from the GCAC garage, and there was still no sign of Sharon. In an internal clinic basement, Phyllis woke up, realizing she and Sharon had been abducted. Sharon searched for suggestions, but Phyllis misdoubted their prisoner would leave anything before. Phyllis believed plutocrat was involved, while Sharon suspected their hijacking was cerebral. Phyllis suggested their own children or indeed Nick could be responsible, though Sharon dismissed the idea. They rode, with Phyllis condemning Sharon's history psychiatric cases. As pressures escalated, Phyllis tried to break a window, but Sharon stopped her. Their prisoner eventually spoke through an intercom, stating that the purpose of their situation wasn't entertainment but a game. Also, they posed a mystery: what's worth everything but costs nothing? Sally acclimated Billy's pillows, wanting everything to be perfect. Billy comforted her that if effects went awry, it wouldn't be because of the pillows. Jack and Diane arrived, felicitating the house. Billy credited Sally, and Diane spoke about trust. She mentioned the house emendations, which had forced them into a hostel. Jack grew uneasy about the construction, but Diane comforted him. Billy heeded Jack for his support, and Jack, moved, praised Billy's adaptability. They hugged, and Billy joked about not intruding effects up. Diane questioned Phyllis's involvement, but Billy was confident in her. Still, he admitted Phyllis was out of contact, raising enterprises. After the guests left, Billy wondered if trusting Phyllis was a mistake, and Sally suspected Diane was over to commodity. Jack and Diane bothered about Phyllis but agreed Billy demanded support. At the extension, Nate, Devin, and Lily celebrated a junction. Lily revealed Damien didn't enjoy the companies he claimed, arabesque, possessed by Aristotle Dumas, did. Nate was frustrated that Lily had involved Victor. She claimed she was helping, but Nate prompted her to let it go. At the GCAC, Amy thanked Damien for meeting her. She assured him she had no prospects and explained her once miscalculations. He apologized for not considering her passions. They disregarded about his father, Jackson, and Amy revealed he no way knew he was Aunt Damien's natural pater. Now terminally ill, Amy admitted she wanted Damien to know he'd family. They conceded their once miscalculations and agreed to try to mend their relationship. As she prepared for an oncologist visit, she encouraged Damien to get to know Nate.